So I wanted to talk to you guys about something that's been on my mind lately when it comes to internet entertainment and kind of the next generation of internet entertainers. It's been thinking about this for the past couple of weeks, and I wanted to do a speak to them about it because I do have some concerns. And what I'm referring to is like the crop of new YouTubers, podcasters, bloggers, people who essentially not so much the ones that want to do this for fun, because the important thing I think about blogging, YouTubing, whatever, and I'm not talking about just in the Dragon Ball and the Star Wars community, or movies or whatever. I mean just any kind of internet, form of entertainment that might get you paid, because the reality is, guys, and I've said this many, many times before, YouTube doesn't pay as well as you think it does unless you're really, really, really big. And I would never, ever tell somebody not to try. If you want to get big, if you want to become like some of these big shots, PewDiePie's an exception because he's the biggest one. But I mean, still, if you want to be one of those guys that becomes like, I guess, builds a business, builds a brand on the internet, builds a e-business involving entertainment or whatever, I would never stop you from doing that. I would suggest you subscribe to Roberto Blake because there's a lot of good stuff for entrepreneurs, and I know a lot of you guys want to be e-entrepreneurs, and I completely respect that. I was in IT for 13 years in computers. I was a networking engineer, and let me tell you right off the hop, I made a lot more money as a networking engineer when I had the good positions than I do on YouTube. But this video is not about money, because the reason why I don't do that anymore and why I'm focusing my life right now on working on two businesses is because, number one, I really hated IT. Like, I really hated it after a certain time. IT essentially burned me out on computers. I used to love being a desktop support engineer, networking engineer. I used to love fixing things and dealing with customers. And then once you deal with the bullshit corporations and the politics, you end up just losing your mind and losing faith in humanity in some cases. Just being very real with you guys about that. And not everybody's like me. I'm talking about me. But back to my concern. What I'm doing right now, right, is I'm trying to get this YouTube thing off the ground and maybe get the brand going, and a lot of other people are doing the same. A lot of young guys, okay? And when I say young, I mean under the age of 25. A lot of my YouTube collaborators are under the age of 25. BLACKENFIST is under the age of 25. QAAMAN, Dragon Ball Nation. They're all like young guys, and I'm not under the age of 25. Some of the older ones like Jay, Zion, Mike from LaughingStock Media, they're over the age of 25. I have lots of different, Dino's also over 25. I have lots of different ages of people who I work with. But the message I want to give to you guys today is, before even thinking about doing this YouTube, blogging, podcasting, I don't care what we're talking about here. Before even thinking of starting your own business, get an education. Get educated. I don't want to sound like a PBS special here, but I just really want to stress that, because I think a lot of young people, and I'm not talking about the guys I work with necessarily, but I think a lot of young people get on YouTube or on Twitch, that's another one, Twitch, and they start making a little bit of money, and they're like, hey, I can do this for the rest of my life. You don't know that. Google is very unpredictable. The internet changes by the month, sometimes even by the week. Guidelines change. This thing is great. It's a great opportunity for a lot of us to express ourselves creatively, and it's a great opportunity for us to have fun. And to me, that's the most important thing, is to have fun. If you're not having fun, you're going to end up, it's going to be a job to you. But what I do suggest everybody do, and I really want you guys to let this sink in, get an education. Get something to fall back on just in case this doesn't work. If you start your YouTube channel or your Twitch stream, and you don't grow fast enough, and you're wondering, oh, where's my growth? I mean, you shouldn't really be thinking about that. You should be doing it because you want to do it for fun without even thinking about any kind of dollar signs, because like I'm telling you right now, you ain't going to make that much. It's just not a lucrative business unless you're really big, and it takes a long time to build a YouTube channel. You've got prodigies like Afro. You've got people who, and Afro, by the way, ate shit for like a year or two before he actually blew up. You've got guys who blow up really, really fast, but not everybody's going to be like that. And, you know, he's doing good. I'm happy for him. The important thing, though, is to make sure you have some kind of education to fall back on. And I'm not talking about going to college for 4 years. I can understand somebody who sits there and says, oh, man, I don't want to go to college for 4 years, geekdom. I don't want to go to college for 4 years. I don't want to go for 8 years. I don't want to be in school forever. I kind of respect that. There's other things you can do. You can go to a trade school or a tech school. You can be an air conditioning repair guy. You can be a car repair guy. These guys make really good money when you work your way up to the higher positions. Car repair guys can make a shit ton of money, yo. Nurse. There's so many things you can do. A barber. If you're, a cosmetology. There's so many things you can do. So many things you can do. And I'm talking to the men and the women, by the way. I'm just saying, if you want to do any kind of YouTube, blog, Twitch, anything that you think might be part of your brand, your business, I totally want all of you who have those dreams to go for it. Please go for it, because I really want everybody to succeed and live out their dreams and be happy, but have something to fall back on. Have a place you can go back to in case shit doesn't pan out. You know what I mean? Have something you can go back to if it doesn't work. Because I can always hop back into IT if YouTube tanks on me. I can always hop back in there. And if not just YouTube, my other businesses. I have a couple businesses. If they don't work, I can always go back to IT and at least make money to put food on the table. And everybody should have that luxury. So what I'm saying is, before thinking of anything, have some kind of trade skill. Have a skill where you'll get hired. And then you won't have to worry so much about, oh my God, I got to put food on the plate every month, when you've got that to fall back on. So I wanted to just make a quick speak to them about that. Let me know your comments down below if you have anything to add to this or any thoughts. I just wanted to get that out because there's a lot of young guys starting up, and I'm telling you, man, get educated. Trust me, get educated, because there's competition out there and you don't want to get left in the dust. And also, if you're going to do YouTube or whatever, Twitch, get educated on whatever topic you're talking about. If you're talking about Star Wars, Dragon Ball, if you're talking about comic books, if you're talking about how to repair this and that, make sure you know what the fuck you're talking about, because nowadays it's easy to get exposed as being a phony. So it's better to know and gather and soak up as much information as you can. Go subscribe to Roberto Blake if you haven't. I'll leave the link to his channel down below. And let me know your thoughts. Just like I said, guys, get educated. Have something to fall back on. It's important. I'll catch you down the road.